Hello and welcome back to another Radical Red run. This time it's a Bug Mono run. The team for the Elite Four that we're going to run is going to be Cleavor, Mega Center Scorch, Volcarona, Shedinja with Wonder God, who's going to be our key mon. Our legendary is Slitherwing. And finally we have Galvantula with Sticky Webs for a couple of the fights. The first match that we have to face is Lorelei and her ice teams. She of course leads the Glaceon and the Ninetales. We are able to one-shot the Ninetales with Cleavor after tanking a Blizzard from Glaceon. With Ninetales down, it means no Aurora Veil, and the fight becomes a little bit easier. We're able to do good damage. With Center Scorch, we don't one-shot because of the snow, boosting the Glaceon's defense. But it doesn't matter. We're able to switch in Shedinja on this turn for free because neither of these mons can touch us. Center Scorch is able to tank out of the Blizzard, finish off the Glaceon as the Bat protects, and we take out our second mon. We are able to land a Toxic on the Bat with our Shedinja this turn, send out our Cleavor just as a sack as the Bat Glaive rushes. We are Thunderwaved by the Rotom, but it doesn't matter because neither of these mons can touch us. Now it's a case of just clicking Toxic with Shedinja for these two mons and letting them both chip down. Shedinja is great for this fight because there are actually only two Pokemon on Lorelei's team which can actually touch us, which are the Abomasnow and one of the other ones. Fortunately, neither of these two can hurt us at all, so we are able to just stay in with Shedinja the whole time, watch the Toxic rack up, and do some more chip with Shadow Sneak and Volt Switch with Galvantula. As we got Volt Switch out, we send out our Scorch. If we want to keep Volcarona healthy, we do go down, and we're able to send out Volcarona next turn for free. The Abomasnow then comes out. We know it's going to click Hidden Power Fire because that's the only attack that can hurt Shedinja. So we switch into Galvantula. We managed to land a Fiery Dance on the Abomasnow, take it out in one, and now we have a free end to the fight because all that's left is the Calyrex. And Calyrex has absolutely no way to hurt our Shedinja. We're able to break through the paralysis, land a Toxic, and now it's a simple case of just waiting for the Toxic to rack up as we occasionally get some attacks off and slowly lower down the Calyrex's health. It'll go down next turn to either a Shadow Sneak, which we do manage to break through again, or the Toxic would have taken it out anyway. Up next is Bruno. We lead with Galvantula this turn because the one thing we don't want in this fight is Stealth Rocks. They'll do massive damage to our entire team. We're able to Volt Switch out with Galvantula on the Taunt. Because we have Bulk Up, we're able to click Flame Charge for free on another Taunt. And then Superpower does have enough damage to take out the Infernape. With the Infernape gone, there are now no rocks coming up, so we can switch in Shedinja at any point once we see a mon which cannot touch us. Zacian is one of those, which is great because that's Bruno's most dangerous mon. We're able to click Toxic for free because we know that he's going to switch. Urshifu comes out. It's now on a timer. I send out Center Scorch, mainly as just a sack. It takes a lot of damage, and then does go down the next turn. After Urshifu takes another tick of Toxic. We then send out our Cleavor, just to get some damage off, and chip down the Urshifu a bit more. Cleavor. With the Toxic, Urshifu does go down. Unfortunately, Cleavor goes down as well. And we go into Galvantula because we want to bait out the Zacian again. We can then safely switch into Shedinja, do the same thing, click Toxic, and start whittling down the last member of Bruno's team which can actually touch us, the Iron Valiant. With that on a timer, it's now just a case of using my other 3 mons to wait out the Toxic. So then the Iron Valiant goes down. Galvantula is able to stall it out quite well, bring the Iron Valiant low to about half HP, and send out our Slitherwing, click First Impression and take it out, with the help from the Toxic. Unfortunately, Slitherwing almost goes down, lives on 48 HP, in comes Komodo. Once again, Komodo cannot touch our Shedinja, so we have a free switch, and all that's left now is the Komodo, who cannot touch us, the Zacian, who cannot touch us, and the Mega Lucario, who cannot touch us. Which means we have a free end to the fight. We can Toxic the Komodo, start setting up the Swords Dance. We end up going to +6. It doesn't matter what the Zacian's doing. We're able to click Phantom Force, do massive damage, and take out the Zacian, leaving just the Lucario. Once again, cannot touch us, so we go for Shadow Sneak. He goes for Sword Dance. We go for Shadow Sneak again, and we finish off our second member of the Elite Four. All we have is a final Shadow Sneak on the Komodo, and Bruno's down. Agatha is where Shedinja becomes a lot less useful, as all of her mons can hit us. So we lead with Cleavor, set up the Stealth Rocks with a Stone Axe, finish off the Zoroark with an Accel Rock, and in comes Golden Go. I do end up staying in here. The Make It Rain takes us out. We send out our Galvantula, who's able to set up the Sticky Webs, which is going to be important for later in this fight. Against the Golden Go, we then start clicking Bug Buzz. I'm mainly hoping for special defense drops here, so then we can just bring it a bit lower. I do see it nasty plotting, but we have a Focus Sash, so we know we're able to live at one hit. We click in Bug Buzz. We eventually do get the drop, which causes Golden Go to switch. In comes Marshadow. We do a bit of damage, not much, but we know we're going down to a Shadow Sneak, so Galvantula falls. Against Marshadow, we switch into Volcarona, because it's going to start hitting specially instead of physically and prevent the Marshadow clicking bulk up. Fiery Dance does massive damage. Spectral Thief does good damage to us in return. Fortunately, Shadow Sneak doesn't kill from that range, so we're able to finish it off with another Fiery Dance. Fluttermane then comes out, and thanks to the sticky webs, we now outspeed with our Volcarona. Fiery Dance does massive damage. Shadow Ball does not take us out, so we're able to finish it off on the next turn. We are against the Chien Pao team, and that comes out next. I should have clicked Bug Buzz or Fiery Dance here. I forgot that the Chien Pao has Ice Shard instead of Sucker Punch, so I went for Quiver Dance, trying to bait the Sucker Punch. He went for Ice Shard, takes it out next turn. A misplay, but it's fine, we have more than enough to finish the fight. With Volcarona down, we send out our Slitherwing, who has priority, first impression. Take out the Chien Pao in one hit, leaving just 2 Mons on Agatha's side of the field. The Mega Gengar is probably the biggest threat. It does get a nasty plot off. We get some damage off with our Flame Charge. We unfortunately don't outspeed, so it takes us out next turn with Sludge Wave. Send out our Center Scorch. Unfortunately, after Mega Evolving, we're able to live the Sludge Wave just about. Fire Lash takes it out, leaving just the Golden Go, which we did chip down earlier, and Fire Lash is more than enough to finish it off and defeat Agatha. Against Lance, it's a similar start. We want to prevent rocks on our side of the field. So we lead with Cleavor, hit a Stone Axe, and an Accel Rock to finish off Aerodactyl. We always run a setup move, as that forces the opponent to go for Taunt, and it prevents rocks on our side of the field. We then switch in Shedinja for free. Once again, we know he's going to switch, so we go for Toxic, and put the Iron Jugulis on a timer. Probably the biggest threat to our team, because of its moveset. Dark Hole is a problem, and Aeroblast is also a problem. Fortunately, Cleavor doesn't fall asleep, gets a massive Accel Rock off, and we trade Iron Jugulis for Cleavor, thanks to the Toxic. With Iron Jugulis down, we only have 2 more Mons to take out before Shedinja can basically win the fight. We send out Galvantula here, because we want to bait out the Dialga, because then we get another free switch into Shedinja, and we can do the same thing again. So we switch out with Galvantula, go to Shedinja. Once again, just click Toxic, because we know Dialga's going to switch. It does go for Rest first, but we know he's switching. Toxic on the Dragonite. We do get lucky that we're facing the Weakness Policy team instead of the Lumberry team. Otherwise, Dragonite would be healed instantly. Send out Center Scorch. Not really useful in this fight. It's just a sack. Send out Galvantula again. Get a big Volt Switch off. Bring the Dragonite low. Send out our Volcarona, who unfortunately also goes down. The Dragonite's now low. we are able to finish it off with Shadow Sneak from Shedinja. For some reason, Lance goes into Melmetal. He knows he can't touch us, he goes for it anyway. So we're able to get a free Toxic off on Salamence, put it on a timer, and now we've just got to move our mons around in a way to cause that timer to reach 0. We send out Slitherwing, hoping we can live the Fire Fang. We do. We're able to get a first impression off, do a bit of chip damage. Double Edge does take us out, but it brings Salamence low enough where we have a Shadow Sneak from Shedinja to finish it off. This leaves just the Melmetal and the Dialga, neither of which can touch Shedinja. So at this point, it's another case of just clicking Swords Dance 3 times, getting to +6, clicking Phantom Force on the Melmetal, almost one-shotting, finished it off the next turn with another Phantom Force, which leaves just the Dialga, which fortunately is no problem for Shedinja, because all it has for attacking moves is Flash Cannon and Roar of Time, a Steel and a Dragon move, neither of which can touch us. We're able to get a couple of Phantom Forces off, a Shadow Sneak to finish, and that's Lance done. All that remains is the champion. We did change Toxic to Will-O-Wisp for this fight, because it's a lot more useful on Shedinja. We get lucky that Metagross comes out after Pheromosa. The reason we let Shedinja is because Pheromosa can't touch us, but the rest of the mons can. After we send in Scent Scorch, Eternatus comes out. Now I Mega Evolve here to Mega Scent Scorch, as it has the ability Mountaineer. The champion predicts that, goes for Flamethrower, even though I had Flash Fire as my regular ability. But Scent Scorch is able to bring Eternatus low enough where Shedinja can finish it off with a Shadow Sneak. With Eternatus down, Miraidon comes out. Hidden Power Fire comes out here. Unfortunately, we lost our Flash Firemon in Scent Scorch, because I guess Eternatus just predicted us. So we send out Cleavor after Shedinja goes down, bring Miraidon low, set up the rocks, but we do switch out with Cleavor because we need to keep it for later in the fight. End up sending out Slitherwing here, who is able to tank a Dragon Pulse. First impression is then able to finish off Miraidon, thanks to the Booster Energy attack. We then... I was debating switching here on the Metagross, but I stay in. We do go down to a Zen Headbutt, even through the burn, and Slitherwing falls. We then send out Volcarona, able to Quiver Dance to outspeed the Metagross. I don't want to do it again, in case of a crit, and it'll bring me too low. Volcarona can pretty much take out most of the rest of the team. Here, we're able to Quiver Dance on the Yveltal as we predict the Sucker Punch. Quiver Dance again as it goes for Oblivion Wing, and we don't take that much damage. We're then able to get a Bug Buzz off, bring it down low, survive the Oblivion Wing, we go for Bug Buzz again, finish off the Yveltal, we outspeed the Veramosa, we're able to just click Fiery Dance, take it out. Thanks to the rocks we set up earlier, it doesn't live on its sash. Ditto comes out, it doesn't matter that Volcarona set up. We live the Bug Buzz, we do some big damage, we do go down the next turn, but the reason this doesn't matter is because we have Cleavor in the back. We have a times 4 effective Accel Rock, which would one-shot the Volcarona. We also had Galvantula as well, just in case, with the Focus Sash, but it didn't end up mattering. Cleavor was able to finish the fight, and we were able to become champion with our team of bugs. Honestly, having Shedinja made this run a lot easier. I didn't have to worry about Dialga, Melmetal, or even Zacian. But all these mons were fun to use, and honestly, a really cool team.